Welcome, racers. How is it going, everyone? I know we were off last week, thanks to Turkey Day. Daphne and I were out of town visiting with family, and I'm sure everyone else was enjoying it also. So I'm sorry we missed you last week, but you join us for the season finale at Daytona, which is definitely home field advantage for us. Garrett and I have driven there. We had 2 days there about a year ago, last time we were there, and I've engineered here many, many, many times. So love this place. I think we're going to be bad fast. It's really going to come down to how well we can qualify, I think, and how, surviving the carnage, because this is going to be a very, very racy track. There's going to be a lot of drafting, leapfrogging, back and forth, racing in braking zones. Very different from most of the other tracks we race on. And I think it's cool that we're running it under the lights at nighttime. That's really fun. Yeah, this is going to be a really fun one tonight. This is our last race on the McLaren 720S GT3. We will be back. I think I'm going to say this on the live stream right now. We're going to be back next season for the, season 5 2025. Can't believe it's 2025 already. Season 1 2025, excuse me, in the Ferrari 499P LMDH car. So we're going to be in the top class in IMSA running the same series. Now, coin is flipped. Now I'm in the fast cars passing the traffic. So we're going to see if it's as easy as I think it is. I've spent some time in the Cadillac GTP recently, just getting up to speed with how it drives. I'm very quick. Like, I'm actually, by percentage, a little bit closer to the aliens than I am in the GT3. So we're going to see if that holds true in the Ferrari. I'm a big Ferrari fan, so I'm excited for it. But yeah.
I just think you loud at those words. It's a box.
Yeah.
This car is no good.
Yeah.
The brakes stink, the gearbox stinks. It doesn't handle with the spit.
Yeah. Well, the Ferrari at LMDH, I mean, it's won Le Mans twice. It's probably one of the most successful race cars in a very long time.
It's not a shit box.
Yeah. Well, there's an old Ferrari bit of wisdom that whenever their Formula One team is doing well, their street cars are absolutely terrible. And when the street cars are really good, the F1 team is absolutely terrible. I don't know where that falls on the spectrum right now. I think they're doing very well in F1. They're just not happy to be winning. I guess we'll find out this week in Abu Dhabi whether they can take the constructors title from McLaren. But anyways, we're getting off topic here. So let's roll out. What's Angela? We're doing. Angela and I were doing a bit of pre-briefing on this one earlier. There is conveniently a nice Daytona setup that iRacing provides you. Again, we don't know how perfect that is or how optimized that is relative to like one of these paid setups, but I'll tell you, from driving it, it's very good. I think I can get within a second of the aliens in qualifying pace, which I will definitely take. I don't know where the last second is. I don't think it's in the setup. I think it's much more in driver ability and maximizing track usage and just running a...
driver?
Well, I'm enough of an engineer to be able to recommend that it is the driver, so...
No, love it. So, debriefing-wise, like we said, we've got a little bit of time on it. Watched a little quali session with Greg. And the car's pretty darn good. Doesn't do anything like that.
Yeah, right? For the most part, it doesn't do anything silly. The only adjustment that I made from the baseline Daytona setup was I went forward with a brake bias to 54.8, up from 54.
Pretty high up. What happened?
So a couple times in the infield, when I was on warm tires on kind of a push lap, I over-rotated in the middle of the corner, kind of the entry to middle on the brakes. And the only reason I could figure out was that the brake bias was just too heavily rearwards. 54 is already pretty far to the front, but with how this setup is optimized for Daytona, it's very de-raked. I don't know. I just went more forward with it, and I figured we could always use more braking efficiency. The more forward we go with our brake pressure, we get more braking efficiency, which just means we can slow more in a shorter distance, which is hugely valuable right here at turn 1. So our ability to go from this and stop and time down to second gear is worth a lot of time, and it's how the race can be won or lost.
Yeah. The apron stopping.
Yes.
Like, going too deep, and he's like, nope, just pulled it off.
Yep.
Okay, brake bias good. Check that one. Seems like everybody doesn't know about cold tires here at Daytona.
Yeah, I see everyone eating it on their out laps.
God.
Nelson just joined us. Have most of the regular crew back there behind me tonight. We've got Garrett Heising spotting and crew chiefing. You've heard Angelo talking already about engineering setup. He's race engineering for us. And then my partner in crime, Daphne, is also back there tonight doing all the stream moderation and whatnot. We are unfortunately out with TJ tonight. He could not join us. I know he's got some follow-up to do on one of his recent videos on his channel on YouTube, more podiums. We'll do some follow-up to that here shortly. So, but thanks for joining us tonight, guys. We have a couple upgrades coming to the stream and to our channel coming in the hopefully for next season, if not new year. Breaking point is so hard to judge at the bus stop. That's what we were talking about earlier, Angelo.
I had eyes up twice, 3 laps, guys, just trying to pick out a scratch, a set of words that would work for it. Greg, I got nothing yet.
There's nothing. I wish they had something to give you a better judgment. You have the 2 and the 1 are so far apart. And you can look, if you look through the fence, there's some lights to judge off of, but this is exactly the situation we're going to be in tonight. I got this Porsche on my outside. I have to beat him on the brake pedal. I can do exactly that. We'll be ahead every single time, even if he gets the draft.
You did pretty good on it, too.
He did a great job.
Yeah. No, Greg got that third eye, and he kind of watches the mirror at the same time. Blinky the fish with that.
I was looking up in the middle of the corner, and that's what I get. I was checking our comments on the stream. That's what I get.
What?
All right. Lesson to not do that during the race.
I'll read it to you, so you don't do that again.
I break at the yellow thing between 2 and 1. Yes, that is also, I know exactly what you're talking about, Nelson. That is exactly where I break here too. I saw you in this session also. I think that's Daphne is Nelson, right? I think I remember correctly.
You did.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I try to go like what I would call a heartbeat past that as a judgment, but it's really tough. Oh, you sent me a setup. Cool. I will definitely take a peek at that here shortly. Cold tires. Actually, you know what? Let's just do that now. I'm going to pull off to the right side. Let's look at the setup that Nelson did test. I believe it is one of those paid setups, if I remember correctly.
We didn't get a chance to fully debrief that other setup that's on the car now. You know.
So here, I'll show everyone what we have right now. This is just purely, if you go iRacing setups, I picked the Daytona, not the Endurance one. The only difference is the fuel load anyway. I picked the Daytona setup, which, looking at our numbers, we're fairly deraked, which just means that the car ride height front to rear relatively is very flat relative to each other compared to where we run elsewhere, which means we have a bit less downforce, a bit less drag, pretty flat setup. Rear wings only at 4.5, which is fairly low. I didn't even get a chance to look at the dampers, but this is about where they are anyway. I don't know if they do much with the dampers. So, but let's see shared setups. Open this up, save it. Okay, so we are much more raked here. We're at 16 mil of rake instead of 10. The front springs are 200 pounds heavier.
Rear bar 1 versus 5.
Yeah, the rear wing is the same. Front
Rear
bar is
front
rock
spring
solid.
we were 1000s, 1200s.
Yeah, that's just really. I'm just gonna drive those.
Right.
And according to what the. Oh no, these are just higher TC settings. I'm just gonna drive it. I'm curious what this thing's gonna do. If I just suddenly go faster, well, thank you, Nelson.
Yeah, that's cool. That's kind of the fun thing is switching cars, I would call it. You know, jumping into different cars, jumping in the Corvette, let's say. Trying that for a couple laps, you're like, oh, this thing's got brakes. Or, wow, it sticks in the mid corner, mine doesn't, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes drivers get lost a little bit in their chassis. You know, you're so used to driving it, it's nice to switch it around or completely
Yeah,
different
try
setup.
So this brake bias is at 55.2, so this is another 0.4 of a percent more forward than what I
saw
was
that.
driving.
Biggest thing in bigger springs, more rake was the first two things we noticed, and then the rear bar was at a 1 instead of I think 5.
Yeah. I would love to know more about like the philosophy behind these paid setups. Like, I don't know how many sim racers out there. Like, I mean, if you just want to
running through them and finding what works, you know.
Yeah, just like butt around
Love
what,
it.
like a race distance and a sprint format for a beginner driver, an alien, like what, like, and what were your considerations and like for what driving style? Like, cause it's not just a right answer. Like, what? Just explain where the setup came from, and what the thinking was behind it. Needs context.
I'm going to be brutal here. Is there any context? You know, is there another race engineer behind it saying, or is there just insider information? This is how iRacing does it for this.
Big draft, big toe, big toe, big.
That's what we're hoping for.
Yeah, I can take that all day long.
Brake zone 144.
Oh, it stops too.
Yeah, 1,300-pound springs. It's not going to nose over as much. And he's got a little bit more bias. I was wondering if that's going to help us.
It's very pointy in the front also. Very responsive in the front, which I normally like. I'm just not expecting it
Yeah.
here in Daytona.
Turn in at a different rate.
Yep. Oh, definitely more positive on the front.
Inside.
Not going to take the toe because it's not teaching me anything right now. Still on an out lap. Or no. Or a one-time buy right now.
Mm, 156 right front.
Yeah, bus stop is very different also.
It's that timing, right? Did it help the timing or hurt the timing?
Yeah. It's just more responsive now. So I'm getting in early because it's just doing everything I wanted as I asked for.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You got a cheater set up here. Good.
Did not take the power down the way I thought it was going to. That could have been on me.
I was worried about the 1300s on the first gear corners here.
It's okay. I think the rears are the same spring rate as the other setup.
Copy that, I thought they were.
Yeah, the front's just a bit stiffer now. So far, I mean, I'm not seeing a huge delta difference from the lap I did earlier. Well, this is the prior lap I'm comparing to.
Put the brakes on.
It's too shallow. It's so hard. Oh, Corvette ate it.
Look, yeah. I think you tried to be honest with you.
Well, we're going faster. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going fast right now. I got through Yeah, the big pickup at the time was bus stop. So now we're going to be mid-45s, which is kind of where I was in the other setup.
Diamond it as much up to the top concrete. A little bit different, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Still pretty stable.
Hairpins feel a little bit better. You know, looking up. I probably told this story the last time I was here, but we had a gentleman driver once in Ferrari Challenge at Daytona, one of the first races that I ever worked in professional motorsports. We went on to kick ass that weekend and that year. But 458 Challenge car, driver goes off and they kink. We're like, what? Why did you go off and they kink? It's just a breathe. You just breathe off the throttle in one of those cars back then. Comes in, front splitters ripped off because he went off-roading and 140 miles an hour. Dirt everywhere. We're like, Mike, what happened? What's going on? I saw an airplane taking off from the airport. I wanted to know whose it was. So he's trying to figure out what type of airplane it was and whose it was as it took off from the airport while he's driving his race car at 150 miles an hour.
Hey, is that Garrett?
Yeah. Who is that?
I think he's matches to watch the race on the base.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if there's more in this. I think the tires are past their peak now. It's just a little different. But I'm not like all of a sudden master.
You changed about 1 to 3 feet off that concrete patch up at the end. Turn 1, going in. You diamond it, go all the way to the back edge of the concrete, turn. It's changed. Not going up to the top there again. I don't know if it's better. But definitely seeing a difference in that timing and your arc flow.
Yeah, the car has much more positive front end now. I don't know what this prototype is. He owns. He's aware that the GT cars don't have to slow down to let him by, right? Has anyone told him that?
News at 11.
I don't know. I mean, I can drive it. I got it figured out. I can do that.
I think get a little bit more open arc.
Yeah, I can try qualifying fuel load also and see what that teaches us.
Yeah. I think the bus stop likes the stiff front end, I'll tell you.
Yeah, that was good. That was at that time.
And I think you went past your 1.5, 1.25 range. I think you're in 1.1 on the brakes.
Say that again?
I think you went to 1.1 on the brakes. I think you're in deeper than the 1.25.
Okay.
And it took it.
Go to the fourth stripe and then brake heavily. I think that felt better than turn 1, but it doesn't look faster.
Correct.
You know, from having walked Daytona and having driven it, on the entry, just about where your turn-in point is, where you actually come down to Apex, the road kind of falls away on the outside, and you actually don't go past like 2/3 of the track. You don't go all the way to the outside.
You walked it?
Did I walk it? No, we did a rental car ride, is what it was.
Yeah. I got this, before the, obviously walk up the banking and stuff like that. But never walked the track here. Never got a ride around it.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever walked it before. I participated in the world record attempt of the most Ferraris on a racetrack at once that they did the 2016 Ferrari finals. I drove a car in that, which was actually miserable. It's not as cool as it sounds. It was like 3 miles an hour in a race car for 2 hours. Still cool, I mean. cool thing to do, but it wasn't like I was driving a race car for the 2 hours.
I mean,
Technically, I've driven a Ferrari around Daytona. A Ferrari 360 Challenge car I drove around at 4 miles an hour for 2 hours. On the Okay. Let me get off track.
Okay. So going back to our discussion about earlier, but we were speculating that last second. When you pulled off, you didn't get an off track for going on the apron there.
You are correct.
So so it's a possibility to get that 43. He possibly was edging out that like 10th of a second or so he could have gotten by running the apron in some spots.
I don't even know if it's a 10th of a second. We're talking about
probably even less, but I mean, my point is there is still time to be gained there.
And then just let it slide up into the banking. I don't know.
Maybe he's just running some stupid setup where he's got the right side all jacked up and he can like climb up the banking there and not be all upset.
I mean, the apron at start finish. There's no time in that. Like you're
not so much the apron at start finish. Maybe like I know the Williams kid. He got some of his time going coming out of 6. He ran the out of the banking there towards the bus stop.
Can the car even hold on the apron though? It's full speed though. Like I don't think you'd crash into the banking.
All I know is that he ran the apron and he gained some time from that, and then he got like into some serious trouble.
Huh.
But yeah, no, I just had to point that out. I wasn't even thinking about it. I saw you get the apron. I'm like, oh, there's no off track. That's interesting.
Huh. I want to dig into the video of what that kid did and figure out what it is that he did, but didn't even allowed anymore.
That's the other thing, Greg. We didn't get a chance to do homework, study our notes, look at some other videos.
I know it was in the top split of the 24-hour qualifying.
Okay.
And he got in trouble for that with the moderation because everyone was just calling him out like, this is ridiculous. Like, he should.
All right. I'm gonna try this for giggles. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I mean, immediately a slowdown penalty.
Ah, okay.
I can hold it flat down here.
That's freaking crazy. You're holding it flat.
But it's not any faster though. Look, I'm actually slower. I'm gonna reset.
Maybe you can get a little bit closer to the yellow line. I don't know.
I'm not gonna try it again. We have better things to do.
Finding the cheat code here in Mario Kart.
Yeah, right. So pit out at Daytona is very special in the sense that you cannot take it on full power on the pit limiter. You actually have to lift off to go around that corner. If you try to hold it on the limiter, you will crash into the wall every single time. And real drivers do it. Huh?
How many have you seen?
Have I seen it? I've done it at least once.
You did?
Wait, you mean in real life or in the sim?
Yeah.
Real life? There's one that immediately comes to mind with a professional driver we had that did it during a prototype challenge race on cold tires.
Yeah.
I didn't know it happened. It's always part of our briefing for the 24 is at 3 o'clock in the morning when it's 40 degrees outside, you cannot go that fast on pit out. It's really tough for the guys who come in and they're like, the drivers are staying in the car on their hot tires. They come in, they get cold tires, and they go back out, and they misjudge how much grip they have on the way out. That's a bad. This guy's somewhere. I did this earlier today, where I ran this really high line in NASCAR 3 and 4 on the run to the start-finish line to start a qualifying lap. In theory, it's a longer distance, so I should be going faster by the time that I get to the start-finish line, which will eke me out, I don't know, 5/100ths of a second or something like that.
Right, everything counts.
Everything counts, so I'll do it in my qualifying run. tires are still cold, but I'm going to push as hard as I can.
Full tire grip at Daytona.
I felt good there.
Hooking that inside curve, nice line.
Yeah, it just hooked.
You can put it in the dirt.
Gotta say, I'm starting to like this setup.
Yeah, the only thing I was thinking is maybe knocking the 1300 to 1200.
Was all of it there. All right, so this is going to put me at a 45 flat, if not a 44 triple nine.
Triple nines, triple nines, triple nines.
I think it's going to be a low 45. Oh, there we are, 44.9. Doesn't up my lap, and he does, of course. Very polite, appreciated.
And the bump too.
Yeah.
Up the grass, up the grass.
Yep.
Does it?
Wow, that was slower. Okay.
It was first couple of horseshoes. Grass picked it back up. We were +3, +3.5. Hooking the grass, split it in half.
Little slow through the bus stop, but
Micro. Look good still.
taking tires this race. Well, but let's figure out how much fuel we can take. The tires are free.
What's our like right now? Is it still about 2.6?
Hold on. Qualifying is not going to be representative of what we're actually supposed to be doing. 1 second. Our consumption I had seen was between 3.55 and 3.6. I would say call it 3.58. I'm sure we can move to our race lobby now. Also, yep, let's do that.
So as soon as we're under 10 liters of fuel, we can take fuel.
45.
Well, yeah, we'll take 45 liters, or 46 is 45.24 liters.
Okay. Race lobby. So while this loads, I just noticed it today. Probably isn't news to the iRacing community because they're always ahead of us on everything. But so while this loads, I was going through the results from the season for the championship season, and the UI for this is now totally different. All been reconfigured. So it's finally much more functional now and actually does what you want it to all the time. So now you can search by your class, you can search by your division. It actually works every single time, because in the past it wouldn't let you do division and club sometimes, but sometimes others it would. So we can see that in Division 2 in Florida presently we're P5, which is kind of cool. Pretty excited about that. We have a
Oh, wait, look. Come on, go down to 11th. Grant Talkie is in office.
Grant Talkie's down there. I know Raz
I didn't know
is
he
in
did
a
iRacing.
different split. I think Nelson was in here too, but Nelson's in a different division, I want to say. Yeah, Grant Talkie's in here. That's kind of cool. Assuming it's the same Grant Talkie that we know.
Probably is.
It probably is, which is kind of cool. So anyways, this functions a lot better. If we do really well tonight, we have a chance at taking P4, because I think we could pick up about 100 points with a good race result, assuming that Derek doesn't do more races and pick up more points. That would be kind of fun. So, all right, this is only a couple percent away from done. So, yeah, I think the plan is we're going to do the iRacing Daytona 24 the week before the actual Daytona 24 this year. That is the plan. Want to make it happen. We're going to put a team together and we're going to do all of it right here from the Chicane Club. We're using both of the sims to do it all inside the building. So not customers driving on their own sims. It's all going to be done in the building. So we're kind of excited about that. I would like to want to do more. Well, the question is, Nelson has a very good question. Taking tires this race. What are your thoughts, Angela? Normally we take our outside tires. The outside tires here are obviously the right side tires, and they're hot because of the banking, which is not something that's going to limit our ability to go faster.
And Greg and I were talking about tire deg and explosiveness.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have those problems.
Right.
We have deg, but we don't have our super.
However, for the right side tires, the places we do need to lean on them really hard are braking in 1 and the exit out of turn 7 onto NASCAR 3. Those are both big time areas, and 1 is really big for time, but also for the opportunity to pass and or defend. And the exit out of 7 is critical to put power down, because it means it's the launch out and how good of a shot you're going to have through the bus stop. So I still think we're going to take. I think we're going to take right side tires, and I think it's because of the amount of fuel we're taking, Garrett. I'm sure with your little calculator there, taking 2 tires is going to cost less time than the fuel. So the tires are essentially free, and they only take half a lap to come up to temperature during a race. So I'm thinking it's a best bet to take them right now. But let's I want to confirm the fuel consumption one more time. So let's go to our race setup. Folder. You know, Angela, I think I'm going to make the call here. I would like keep Nelson setup. I think I'm driving on it now, and I do like it.
Yeah,
I know theoretically buying it, I'm going to race on them, but
I obviously picked up a couple of tenths, but you know, I saw no detriment. I saw improved front end, a little bit, maybe micro too lively, like where I was getting at. Maybe I'd drop it 100 pounds, but. I saw no negatives. He drove a little bit more narrow on it, but it was due to the response time on the wheel. Yep.
Yeah, once I adapted, I corrected that. I know I needed a little bit less wheel.
Yep.
Get speed.
Yep. I was surprised because that's 300 pounds more spring rate right here. 300 pounds more spring here going into the first. I thought it was going to be just dog slow.
It's up. It's 200 pounds up. It's 1,000 to 1,200 in the front spring.
I thought I saw 1,300.
The 13 was in the rear, I believe, which is where the other setup was as well.
Yep.
I think there's a software tool that someone made somewhere on the internet where you can basically load 2 iRacing setups and it does a delta check where it shows you what all the differences are.
But that's what I was thinking in the back of my head. Delta check.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called.
Yeah. Love to drive Daytona in the night at some point. Oh, Nelson's on track in front of us.
Is he?
Yep. See him 10 seconds up the road. He's at the bus stop right now. Yep. Running the McLaren.
Hey, Nelson, thank you.
Yeah.
Look forward to seeing you again this season. That would be at Formula Race Promotions. Events.
When's the first race of the season for you guys next year?
It's public. I just haven't looked yet. I'm in headband. a few other things.
I will say, for anyone watching, if you're interested in working with us here at the Chicane Club, we do have an open position right now for a simulator technician. Essentially someone who's going to take care of all the hardware and software here in the building, obviously the Sims being the biggest piece of that. And it's really important to us that everyone we hire here is a huge sim racing fan and or racing fan. So if you fit the description, you're interested, or you know someone who is, drop us a line, info@thechicane.club, or check out our LinkedIn and or Indeed.com pages to apply for the job.
Nice.
Starting part-time immediately.
I'll plug the LinkedIn link in the chat.
Perfect.
Turn 6, second horseshoe. I saw a couple of guys open the arc up earlier. Have you tried that? I thought the road falls off there.
Like on the exit you're talking about?
Entrance.
There's a bunch of different interpretations, and I don't really see that any of them. I think a lot of them work the car harder.
What we like. I just care about speed.
Yeah, I don't care what I like. I think a lot of them just work the car harder, but I've never found one that actually finds any lap time. In my experience.
Gotta make you try it again.
I'll try other stuff. I'll show you all the ones I've seen.
Cool. Thank you, sir.
There was one I was watching earlier today that looked very peculiar. But I'll give it a shot. Huge toad behind the Olympic series.
Right. So, just going to say, this is 156 people registered for this race.
Wow. Nice. So this is the one I've seen you stay really shallow over here, and then you run really tight on the way in. You just have to, I just feel like I can't roll speed in that.
Well,
I can run too much.
give me a couple laps that way. Obviously, you have a little bit of traffic in front of you. We can clear him out. And I just want to see it. Just trying to explore.
Yep.
Yeah, the problem is it leaves the barn door open on the inside. Not going to work in a race, but I'm looking at quali again.
Yep.
Again, if you can float more speed. Now, my thought was that the track rolls off over there, and there's no grip out there. But I saw a couple of guys ahead of us possibly trying it. Italian grip. One of them wasn't Porsche. I don't know if that was the Christopher kid. Not a damn race.
Christ almighty, Greg.
What's that?
Not raced yet. It's only practice. Hey Greg, just want to let you know we're taking a break. We're talking to Mike Raz on speakerphone.
All right.
His
Crap.
lobbies, like you said, how many people entered?
156.
156 people entered.
That just means there's going to be a lot of splits. It'll be very competitive that way because everyone's going to be in a tight field.
How's your setup? How's your setup?
Is he in our lobby? All right. No, I don't think he's in this one. I want to see his name.
Have fun. Best of luck.
Tell him I said good luck. Is Draz watching right now?
Yeah, he was saying that there's so many people in the lobby. His track is actually dark. is just getting light.
So that's just the time of the
Yeah,
day.
yeah, I know.
It changes very fast at this time of day. I just found a little bit of time.
And he talked about what was that again? What were we talking about? Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm gonna say it on the air.
No. Kill the mic.
He was talking about Angela's pickle. The literal pickle, like an actual pickle.
On air.
Yeah, he just wanted to say it on air. Yeah, a pickled cucumber. That's what he was talking about.
Be specific. Okay.
Yeah, very specifically. No, literally, he was talking about Angela's love for pickles, and he wants to see him eat one live on the internet. And I said, this is not that kind of live stream. So
That's on OnlyFans.
he has to pay for that, right, Angelo?
New sponsor.
I'll drop the link. No, I'm just joking. New sponsor.
Drop the Only Sims link.
Only Sims.
Your OnlyFans name is Squishy_race_engineer.
My name.
I don't know what's going on over here.
What are these prototypes? Yeah, you deserve that, dude.
Yeah, you deserve it. Oh, come on.
Thanks.
All right.
That was dumb.
Racing hard during
What time
practice.
is
Did
it?
you win practice, Greg?
I only got a minute left.
Bus stop? What'd you find? Speed the bus stop, was it?
I think it'll be quick. I'm gonna run Nelson's setup. I think it's the right way to go. If it's just in this one situation, I think it's better. I feel like if there's anything on the table, I want to take it. I still want to understand. Again, I would love to learn more about what these paid setups, what their philosophy, and what they do with them is.
Do they apply racing?
No,
No, it's just sound guesswork, as I call it.
Yeah.
Not
like,
a negative. Sound guesswork is still sometimes.
Even if you are throwing darts at a dartboard, then but what is the objective? Like, is it for a qualifying lap or race pace? Is it for an alien? Is it for a beginner? Like, you can't just honestly think that there's only one way to go build a fast setup. Like, what is it? There has to be content.
Exactly, and I kind of look at it as every time behind the headset and tuning cars, we got the driver, and every driver's feel is completely different.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if the sim negates some of that, or it still enters in. I mean, it's still gas pedals, brake pedals, overlap of steering. There's still rate at which you do things. So.
Yeah, you could give me the #1 ranked kid on iRacing, their setup, and I'll drive it. And maybe it is faster, but does it mean it's going to be faster for everyone? No, it's not how that works.
We used to kid around about the guys that bought the fast car and can't drive it as fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't.
Doesn't
That's
translate.
not how that works. Yeah, there's something in it, and there's definitely wrong setups. Like, there's definitely the wrong way to go on things, but it's not as simple. Like, I mean, I don't think Formula One teams are going to necessarily print out their setups and hand them to each other, but like, there's not like a magic setup that you just download and put on a car in the sim or in real life, and then just boom, you're just faster. But like, we were just, I won't say who we were discussing it with, Angelo, but we were literally talking yesterday how at IndyCar, at the Indy 500, the teams would buy setups out of desperation and then go nowhere with them because it's not that simple.
That was a fun conversation, right?
Yeah, this should have been a podcast yesterday.
Oh my God, me, you, Ryan Imperial, just yucking it up, bench racing.
Mm-hmm.
Like we said, he was sharing some IndyCar, Indy 500 experiences, getting bounced, bubble days and things. And Greg and I, talking about it and saw some teams buying setups, buying knowledge, trying to go faster, just trying to qualify the car, and somebody screws up something and it doesn't work, or it just doesn't work out of the box for that car, that driver this day. So there's always something missed, and that's why we all turn and said, just you really got to work on your own stuff. A lot of times,
just get your stuff correct. What did this say? What's going on in the chat? All right, well, we are in a field of 44 cars, 15 GTPs, 12 LMP2s, and 17 GT3s. The GT3 strength of field is a 2456, which is almost exactly what my I rating is right now. Sorry, I didn't want to sneeze into the mic. So yeah, this will be very competitive. I think it's going to be a really tight field. I don't see from this list immediately if Nelson or I don't know if either of them are in the I rating range to be here with me.
With so many people, as we were talking about, it's going to be very competitive.
Very, 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 very competitive. It's going to be down to driving style and setup. I mean, which is the fun part. That's why we do this.
That's why we're doing it.
So, all right, I'm on the qual setup right now. I think we're ready to do qualifying. iRacing bugged out and I'm not in a race. Oh no, you got booted? That's annoying. Sorry, Nelson. That's not fun. This happened to me once or twice. Fortunately, not on stream, but... All right, going out for qualifying. So, just for anyone watching, it's in the bottom left of my center screen that you guys are all looking at, but the track temp is 74 degrees Fahrenheit, air temp is 72, sun is setting, so I would imagine the track temp is going to drop a couple degrees along with the air temp, which just means it's going to be really fast. Best ideal conditions here at Daytona.
Greg, some of the fun of Daytona, right? Start out, sprint race, daylight, everything's good. Sun goes away, and we start going faster and faster and faster.
Yeah. Some of the fastest laps of the race are at 3 o'clock in the morning.
It was totally killer. I mean, it's what the pros guys were doing at 3 a.m. Being on point, not missing a beat.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Alright, let's see what we got here. That's a big commitment for the bus stop. Want to run the long line around NASCAR 3 and 4 and I hope to build some extra speed. The start-finish line, not worth much, but it's worth something. Sketchy.
132, 139.
Let's do this.
It's not a pickle, but it'll do.
Nice bump. .146, 137 left side, still cold.
Copy.
.150 right front.
Copy. As low as you can on this apron here. Release it gently to the outside. Braking at the 1.5 by the yellow sign thingy. Down to third, get it back, and roll it. Could have done a little better there, but that's okay. And qualifying, we run really shallow. Hold it to the yellow line all the way to the line here for shortest distance.
Slingshot.
Yeah, in theory I could run on that apron, but I'm not going to because I have to come back onto it to break from one, and I'm not experimenting in qualifying. Over slow to touch there in one. Gotta get off the pedal.
165 right front.
A little too much mid corner speed. That 7 cost me a little bit. On a 10th would be a position right now.
Bottom. Good. Go.
There we go. That's at least 1 position.
There you go.
Cool. Position P6.
Nice
If
job,
it stands,
Greg.
still cars coming to the line.
Yep. Let's see what happens.
Let's see what we got. P6, I'm 7/10 off of pole. But the field is pretty well split all the way up to P1. Oh, I got by 2 cars.
Yeah, just picked again.
Yeah, I'm P8 now. 45.3. Yeah, the
45
problem with
flat.
Yeah, I mean, I could have done. I think I did better in practice. I had done a 44.9, which would have got me a couple positions.
9, that was on the other setup.
Was it on the other setup?
Yeah, it was.
All right. Well, everything can change in the race, so this is going to be very tight. Definitely going to be some carnage.
You gave up a little bit of time on that last lap on that quali. A little quali debrief, if you could.
On the second lap, I think I still held onto the brake a little bit too long in turn 1, and I probably rolled a little bit too much in the middle at 7, which pushed me a bit wide and delayed me getting back on power. 7, and that's probably worth in total
those 2 things.
probably 4/10 in those 2 things.
6, second horseshoe, picking it up nicely. That mid corner entry. If you take a look, there's a dark stripe. Your car's flowing really well on the entry there. I think you gained a 10th there, or a little half a 10th, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, car feels really good. I like how it feels. Move over to the race setup. Yeah, same consumption numbers we were talking about, Garrett. So we have that all unlocked, I guess. So we're going to add 45, which means I can take it when we're under 10, which means we have really only a 2-lap window on pit stops. The Porters will probably have a 3-lap window, but I don't see any of them in the list here. So
there was prior practices. There was somebody in a Porsche earlier up top.
Yeah, there was.
Yep.
The Porsches are always more fuel efficient somehow. They just burn less and go further and longer and less.
No Porsche shenanigans where they're running the entire race, not taking like any fuel.
Yeah.
Like that one last time. Was it last time or the time before? We were racing that one dude. He somehow managed to eke out like no pit stop. And you're like, what the hell? How did he do it? And he explained, yeah, no, I just never pitted. And it's like, what? You just never took fuel? Like,
oh, wow. I don't know how you could possibly fuel save enough to go that far. I mean, not at a place like this. Maybe at I don't even know what kind of track that would have to be. Not Daytona or Road America. A low percentage of full throttle. So we're starting the back straight away. We can probably remove 2 liters from our calculations, Garrett, because we're going to roll basically off from start finish. I don't know if you're anticipating that. So that'll be 12
right now, but
because we're starting on the back straight away. We're not going to burn 2 like as if we started on the front straight away. I always account for the pace lap for fuel, but we only need half a pace lap.
Not rolling out. Yeah.
Yeah. We have enough fudge room in there that I can fuel save if it comes to it. That should put us safe. So now we're at under 12. We can stop, and that'll mean we have a 3-lap window. 30 seconds till the pace car rolls. We're on the inside of the 4th row. Pole starts on the outside. That's interesting.
You're missing it right now, but there's a showdown between 3 separate Gavins in the chat right now.
Really? Is that like that Spider-Man meme where they're all pointing at each other?
Yeah, someone already put that in the chat.
Or The Office?
Someone says, "I'm not lifting until I see God on the checkered flag."
This is going to be a strong place for the Mustang and the Mercedes.
Mustangs have been shining on a couple of the other practice sessions, but you only got one there.
Come on, prototype field, go. I don't want to do a standing start thing.
Mm-hmm.
Always do this. Go, go, go. Roll off. Please. I don't want to be in the middle of the bus stop when we go full throttle.
Hey.
All right, G. Go, go. Roll off. Roll off. Roll.
And here we go.
Go. Move. Go.
Move.
Go. Okay.
There, look up or left. They're in the banking coming down to start finish.
Yeah, I know. All right, let's lock and load this thing. I want to be in the bus stop. This is so dumb. The leader of GT3 is trying to be exiting the bus stop when he just goes for it, and that just bottlenecks everyone else.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe his that was.
There it is. See, how is that any sort of organized race start?
I'm sorry. He's 400 yards ahead of us.
The Corvette I started beside is like 2 positions up. Isn't that what that was? They all jumped. That's a mess. I know, I think it's an iRacing note, so they're fixing that for next season, so that's good. There should just be multiple pace cars. Alright, ice cold tires in turn 1 this time. We're going to back it up a little.
Inside, be careful.
Yeah, yellow ahead, anyone tell me what it is?
Can't see, can't see. Right side, right side. Easy, easy. Clear behind, focus in front.
Copy.
Cold tires. Still clear behind, focus in front.
Tires are still cold. Left side tires are blue.
You can see blue.
My dash shows it as blue.
Yeah, I like There's a cone in the middle of the road.
Yeah. Get that stuck in the radiator. Come on, I don't want to lose draft. It is a prototype coming. Probably a damaged one. Nope.
Might have been one. Is the dirt. Nice. Good.
Oh, that was a misjudgment by me. That was my bad.
And right back to where we started. Come on.
But then
Oh,
he
he just stopped.
drilled
Come
me.
on, he just did that.
And now I'm going to go across the track. I don't want to do that. I'm going to get a penalty for this? I have to get a penalty for that. Am I not going to get a penalty for that? Or is it just going to invalidate my lap? That was... Does anyone know what to do here? Like...
We got a 20-second hold.
Cool. Alright, for just getting body checked. There goes my race. Thanks, guys. I have to get out of the way of these guys. I had no choice but to do that. It's... Alright, well this is over before it started.
All right, well let's focus on front tire temps. We're up with the leaders, so let's take a look what's around us. One inside.
Peak car behind us.
Yep.
Right side.
I don't think I misjudged the braking in one there either. I don't know why I went so deep that time. Temps were up. Was it the arrow that I missed because I was behind a P car?
Doing everything. That's my only
I
thought.
must serve this in what, 2 laps? It's gonna get it over with.
I wanted to stay out, messing people up.
Is it a stop? What is it? Hold for
The
45. This is 45 for me.
45.
Is what it shows on my screen. Where's my pit stall? Where's my pit stall? Well, this is going very well so far. Did anyone see my pit stall? Alright, well. We'll have a black flag. Thanks, iRacing.
Fair.
At least I'm out of traffic now. I don't want to ruin anyone else's race, but... That hip check, I can't believe it launched me that far into the grass.
Oh, that'd be great. Like, nothing. I don't know how the hell it just... It's like... Sent you in an orbit there. Like, I don't get it. Like...
Just get out and do an MX-5 race. I think this is dumb. Can we just do an MX-5 race?
I wouldn't be opposed. You can try that by the Legends
I'm
car.
opposed to
The
it.
Legends road
I like
racing.
Daytona.
That's pretty fun.
I'm a little opposed to it. I like Daytona.
I do like Daytona. I'll just run it. Man. We'll review it afterwards. I don't even know that the Mercedes... I mean, I don't know that I'm even that upset at him for that. I feel like we were side by side.
Yeah,
I don't think it was on purpose. I would have appreciated a little bit more.
Let me go back and try to look at this real quick.
But like, I was literally hooked that direction. There was nothing I could have done about the trajectory I got shot on. All right, hold for 45. Obviously, I drove past my pit stall. Can you make sure I'm taking as much fuel as possible here? I don't think I'm able to make it to the end, but... Oh yeah, of course. It's right there. Hold for 45. Where's the hold for 45?
Serving penalty 41, 40,
There.
38.
This is fun.
I'm just going back right now and seeing if I can see where you're supposed to stop.
What's that?
Want to see where your pit guy, where your crew was. I didn't.
I found him. It was very early. I wasn't looking for it.
No, I know, but was he there before?
He probably was.
Oh, yeah.
2, 1.
I just drove past. I still can't make it this far enough on fuel, so we are going to have to stop again.
All right, well, this is now just became a big testing session. So we're going to explore boundaries on front brake bias. We're going to explore different corners, see what we can do as far as trying different things.
Sure.
Yeah, my iRacing is bugging. I can't even go back to check that. I won't even really watch that lap where we got hip checked, so I can't even tell you what happened. It's like the lap just doesn't even exist anymore.
Great.
Thanks, iRacing.
Yeah.
Outside.
We're clear for the next 2 cars.
Yeah.
No P car traffic anywhere near.
All right, so you ready for this? Look behind you. Got leaders coming.
Yeah, I see.
Let's get the
I'll
tire
get out
temps.
of the way.
No. Let's get the tire temps up. I want you to start learning what they're doing. We can see if we can drop this thing another half a second. Half time.
I want to stay in front of him. I really don't want to. In fairness, I don't. As much as I'm frustrated by what happened, I don't want to interfere with their race.
We're not going to interfere with the race.
exactly where I braked when I went deep there and won that time.
I know, the same spot.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I didn't brake hard enough at peak pressure, but I felt like I did.
That's true. Didn't think about pressure point.
Pretty hard programmed into my left leg to crank the pedal there.
I'm looking back at that clip where you got bumped off, and I really don't. And you can't see an aerial view, I can only see your point of view, but
I didn't just drive over there. Like, the car got bent, and if I turned the wheel at all, it would have just blew.
Watch it go.
There's nothing you can do. I'm just a passenger. Of the
yeah, we're
grass.
like, what are you doing?
No, we saw the bump.
No, look, guys.
I felt that I just got bumped, and I was gonna like go back around. And it was over no matter what at that point.
Yeah, you were literally at the very border of the track. Like, you had nowhere to go, and this guy just closed it on you.
And by the way, it was a hip check.
It was a hip check.
Unless
As a race director, I don't know how I would judge that. Like, it is technically his fault for hip checking, but I was also the one who
But it
blew the
didn't even
brake.
look hard. That's why I don't understand how. I don't know.
It was just
I want to
enough
see an aerial
push the
view.
car off. Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like that meme where they get like blasted off into space and they just keep rolling. Yeah.
Catch the aerial on me, and I figured it actually happened, and he did. We were clear. You were literally up on the curbing. You had nowhere to go, and I just saw him just pull right up next to you and just kind of drive you off the course. Considering it tightens, he didn't even adjust course or anything. It was like he just stayed there.
But yeah, I just got booted and it was just all over. Like, you're on that grass, you're a passenger.
That was a really just like crappy move from him, considering it's like lap 2, honestly.
Yeah.
For like 40 minutes worth of racing, like I
It
don't
is hard
understand
to go.
the last lap. Like, you're being ultra aggressive and it's been racing the entire race. You want to do that, but like lap 2, like, dude, come on. Just get on the second ass.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Alright, let's focus on our lap.
I want to know. I still want to know. Yeah, I still want to know why I blew turn 1. Was it just purely I misjudged it? Did I get the timing wrong? Was I light on pressure? Was it because of the arrow from one of the cars in front of me?
I would say it's probably arrow wash, but we can always go back and watch it after this. So.
Yeah, I've never experienced arrow wash. Yeah. If anything, like I said, we're doing the iRacing Daytona 24, so we can do some setup stuff here. So, considering this is now just a extended test session, Angelo, what do you want me to try?
P-car?
Copy.
Brake bias.
Yeah. Forward or backwards?
If forward work, let's go more.
All right.
Have you locked?
I mean, I'm in ABS. Yeah, I can't tell you which end. Probably front end. All right, 2 more clicks forward.
Got a GTP, 2 seconds out.
I didn't feel it in 1 that time. Copy.
Goal 44.99.
Okay.
GTP, 2 seconds out.
Turn it later for the kink. Up to
Okay.
the left side for the second horseshoe. We can try that.
1
next time
second
around.
out. GTP.
What are you doing around the outside, dude?
I am a driving god. I can go anywhere.
1.5 safety rating, by the way.
I'd like to see the paperwork that says that they own the place. Oh, we're gonna go. Wow. Oh, all right. Okay.
I looked up for 1
That's
second
awesome.
over to the chat. I
There's
looked back
nothing
and
you can say about
yeah,
that.
3 wide. Off the apron and everything.
I thought it was sufficiently to the left there, but I guess not.
2 seconds out. 1 second
Yeah,
out.
it's okay. This I can see them here.
Good.
This is the
Lot of
easy
fun.
space. Yes.
2 One more rather, sorry. 2 seconds out.
Copy.
Left side. A little bit later for the kink. Let's go longer to the left. The second horseshoe.
Copy. Is that what you had in mind?
Yep. Really good. Don't know whether it amounts to anything, but look good. How'd it feel?
Felt good. The kink feels unnecessarily late. I feel like I'm having to work the tire harder to get through there the way I want to. The timing on that. But I can get further to the left.
Yep, if you can work with me on that to get you down the left side.
Second horseshoe I can do the way you want it though. That I can do.
Okay.
I can clean that up. It's just gonna be tough in traffic.
You got GTP's 2 seconds out.
Copy. The GT3 field has only closed on me 2 seconds in like 4 laps, which I will accept.
Like I said, remember our goal, 44.99.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
One more GTP, so half a second down.
Copy.
Right down this. And past.
Turn 1, brake zone's all yours. Go deep.
Okay. Mid-corner suffering there a little bit.
Yeah.
It's okay. That's not where the lap time is.
No, just 10th there.
All right.
Yeah, see, I don't want to drive diagonally over to the other side. That's why I was trying to turn in a little bit later. I know you're working the tire on that kink. Work with me on that. That's going to be your call.
You're saying diagonally to the left on the way in?
Yeah, so the car's got to change direction as you're driving to the left, as opposed to being straight. Two different animals.
Okay. I understand.
Copy that. Thank you.
Let me change that how I think I can.
Think about it. Yeah, no worries. We got
Yeah.
some time. That's the cool thing. It's not a directive. It's a work.
Miss my braking marker because I can't see it. No, I can't freaking see them.
Any idea? Work on that next.
I wish I had a braking marker that was easier to see. Just something to judge off of would be nice. But, you know, everyone's got to deal with it, so. Yeah, it's consistency with the placement that is where the time is. Because I can get it right sometimes, and it's really hard to get it the second time. Turned it in too early there.
Yep, copy that. Same page.
Yeah. I get to the inside and run out of space.
Yeah, don't be afraid to go a little bit deeper to the back end with nobody behind us.
Copy.
You got a P car 2 seconds out.
Copy.
P2, 1 second out.
Okay. Welcome to Sports Car. What's up, Jim? How are you? Thanks for joining.
Jim, hi. shocks aren't done.
What's that?
Texted Jim the link. Jim texted me 2 days ago about the Ferrari shocks that are in the shop. No oil on one side. I just finally got them all apart. Still working on them.
Cool. I know he was just here for the Alan J event at Sebring.
Nice.
He picked a cold week to come to Florida, albeit it's warmer than Pennsylvania right now.
Back corner. Slow your hands down.
Get a
There you go.
P2 1.5 seconds out.
Nice.
I can't get to the inside.
Work on it. Work on it.
Yep, I'm just going to work on it. So Jim will like to hear this part. We are running. iRacing is introducing the new 499p LMDH prototype for next season, and we are going to be running it. We're back in a Ferrari prototype. First proper Ferrari prototype since the 333.
That was a good story. Jeff Brown and the guys talking about the 333.
Mm-hmm.
That thing was a monster.
Yeah, it was. Missed that thing. That was a cool car.
You got 2 GTPs, 2 seconds out. 3 of them, 2 seconds out.
I see a whole lot of headlights behind me.
A whole gaggle of prototypes. Right side.
1, 2.
Oh, it's 4 of them now.
Please don't hit me. I'm leaving all the space in the rules.
You know they're gonna
And
play it
out.
close. Yeah, just keep things simple and like safe, you know?
Yeah.
They own the track after all.
Yeah, right. 3. I got in early again. Shame on me.
Look at that grass mark. I know exactly where you're at.
That P2's
Yep.
no difference.
Easy. Careful, careful. Danger close.
On the right side. Yeah, you're good. Heads up, the GT3 leaders are about what on top of you, about a second out.
Copy. Can we go forward further with this bias? I don't really feel much of anything yet.
He's going to go to does something stupid.
Yeah.
You got a P2, second out.
Copy.
One more P, or 2 more P2s, 1 second out. Right side. One more.
Just digesting it.
And you're good. GT3 leader is about half a second out from us.
I'm gonna let him go by right here.
Tuck in, let's learn. Tuck in. Beat.
Ah, there's one more coming here. Oh, he's right there. What are you talking
Half
about?
second.
That's not right there.
Ah,
Now, tuck in, please.
sure.
They hold a little bit more of a one arc and then turn late. They're
Okay.
2 arcs, not one long diamond. Hard left, yep. Both of them hard left. There you go. That's what I was trying to work on before. Got eyes up. And again, we'll last corner for the bank. You turn a little bit later.
I turned a little later, or you want me to turn later?
A little more. They're later than you.
Say that one more time.
Go more. They are later than you.
Okay.
Right side. Clear.
Get you 1.5 seconds out. I'm not really sure if it's actually 1.5 seconds because it said half a second before all that guy was passing you. So take that with a good bit of grain of salt.
Fortunately, I can really see everyone coming here. It's really not too hard with the traffic
Good
management.
track.
I wish they enforced the different color headlight thing.
What we're looking at is a mid-arc. They go hard on the brakes, pretty straight. About 3/4 way into the corner, they go mid-arc, and then they turn later harder. Mid-arc, don't, and now a little harder. Similar to that, a little bit later. Pretty good.
Keep in mind that iRacing is not inch perfect placement.
Oh.
I'm showing you and/or what they're doing.
No, I know. We're just having fun here, right?
Yeah, it's a loose approximation, but yeah, no, I get
Later.
it.
Try to hit the backside of that grass a little bit. Because that grass is our pickup point. Try to hit the backside of it.
I've got 5 laps of fuel. We have 11 laps to go. So we should probably add 12 laps worth of fuel at the stop. So work backwards from that. And I guess I'll take right side tires.
Taking a Yingling.
Okay. I don't even know what food or drink would be very Daytona, Florida. Maybe some McDonald's.
Bush Light.
Bush Light.
Waffle House for breakfast.
That's the answer, is Waffle House. Or Krispy Kreme donuts.
That looked pretty good.
It's feeling better. Still losing time. I think it's because the tires are off now.
Yeah, no, but that looked real good. And predicted 45.7 on some spanked tires. You're right back to the fastest. So you're picking
GTP,
up
2
some
seconds
time.
out.
Yeah.
And breathe and late. One inside. Forget it. Abort. Clear.
That was a placement, but I just couldn't go for it because I would have hit him. Funny how I can rear end it.
Can hit him.
Go.
That's my apex. I was working on something.
Hi,
Like the
Dalton.
interesting thoughts here.
We're in the middle of a terrible race right now. We got hip checked at, what, lap 1? Lap 2?
Yeah, hip checked at beginning of lap 2. Turn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shot,
turn.
shot all the way across the track and then had to eat a shortcut, a major shortcut penalty all the way out of it. Yeah, shot me all the way across the track. So just trying to learn something from this one. From DFL. Gotta say, went too far. Gotta say, I'm not really feeling any of these bias changes.
Which is weird, right?
Yeah.
The good thing is, if we're not feeling anything, we're still doing great on our lap time. We're at 45.6 predictions again.
Yep.
And spring tires, so I'm happy.
Yeah, car feels fine.
All clear behind. Corner's yours.
Copy. I delay the turn and I can't get to the inside like I want to.
Yeah, no, it's okay. That was actually the backside of the yellow apex on the inside. Doesn't bounce as much. Power down looked pretty good. Split time on it.
Do you know how much fuel we need to add here to get to the end, guys? I guess it doesn't really matter.
Looking backwards, it seemed like about 40 liters or so. I was just a quick glance and check.
Okay. We ready to take that now?
Yeah, whenever you want to stop, we can take it.
We should get out of the way because his prototype's coming.
Yeah, you got 1.5 seconds back.
Give me four tires. It doesn't matter at this point. We might as well learn something.
Copy that.
Nah, it's my driver. Thinking of it. Left side. All 4 tires? 40 liters?
Yeah.
One long pit stop coming up.
That's okay.
I think your lap is improving. We
Getting
should
better.
have some tire deck, and I think we're holding the same 45.6.
Mm-hmm. This will be
So-
good to take 4 tires.
Yeah.
For anyone watching an iRacing,
Gold tires.
if you're in a race where you're like an endurance race where you have to add fuel, don't hold it flat on the when you're on the pit limiter because all you're doing is burning. I know. I want to get out in front of the GT3.
In the GT3 field.
I know.
Easy.
Go.
Easy.
I want to get out in front of them.
Nice. Good job. Cold tires. Be mindful.
Copy.
3 seconds.
Still cold. Nice cold.
Man, they can go fast when the car's going. Funny how
Good.
that works.
Plenty room behind. All clear.
But we're good to the end here.
So the other thing I was looking at was the entrance trajectory on the bus stop.
Oh, that's wide track limits. It's hard. It's like you can't see it until it's already too late to make your time. I don't know. I know I'm making excuses and everyone else has to do the same thing, but it's very. I know what it's supposed to look like, and I can't see it the way that I need to. I can do it in real life. So that's
Brake zone. Back it up.
still oversliding.
That's okay on cold tires. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm playing endurance route. I'm thinking we gotta wait for sunrise.
Take turn one wider up to the white line. Interesting.
Okay.
Reading what Nelson said. But that might be another thing that's programmed into my brain in real life that I have to undo, because that's what I'm saying. The outside of turn one, like the turn-in point there, actually falls away. We actually stopped in our rental car when we were. You remember that, Garrett?
Yeah.
Shane told us we can't really go out that far.
Yeah.
If you go out that far, you can. Like, you can drive out there, but it's really hard to come back from it. It's hard to make it a turn-in load on the car. Actually, try to run a little shallow of that. And I think that's programmed in here. I'll try it. I feel like I have to drive out there to it. I don't know. Does that look any different to you?
Yeah, it looked a little different. Couldn't see the benefit yet. Do it again.
Yeah. Probably push the braking deeper because I can go straighter for longer.
Definitely had to crank the wheel to get to the apex, so to speak.
Yeah.
Definitely. Wheel, not that gear.
And a GT3 just breathing down our rear end.
Yep.
And we have another one 4 seconds out. And we've got GT3 cars 2 seconds out.
Copy. Tires feel good right now.
I got news. Yeah, I could see it.
Yeah.
All right, want to wring its neck?
I'm trying. I think I'm actually pulling away from the GT3 field.
Yeah, I
This
know.
one, fresh tires.
That P car is about a second back now. Also, I pointed out to Angelo, why is it that when we don't stream Daytona, we usually put a podium or we just do fantastic, but every time we stream Daytona, every time,
Every time.
we just get
Local knowledge.
like right in the beginning, we just get
Nuked.
wiped.
Every time we've streamed at Daytona, we get nuked.
We've raced this about like 3 seasons now. It's happened.
Every single time I think we get taken out at
And
Daytona.
then even the time you tried doing the makeup stream,
We got taken out.
like there was that one malicious dude who purposely tried to take you out of the race multiple times.
Yeah.
I don't get what the Daytona curse is.
Makes me really nervous about doing the 24.
I know we did not stream. Will we get a first place? Like a first place? when we
Yeah.
don't stream it? Like I don't know. I kind of felt a bit worried uttering those words, considering we're streaming in 24.
Yeah.
I guess they're spoken into existence now, so if everything goes wrong, you can blame me, I guess.
Yeah. You spoke it into existence.
We
Why
were
are
all
you doing things? Rest my hand, stretch my leg.
Start the radio.
P car second back. Also,
Yep.
if you verify it and say Daffy probably would have said it like that and had a champagne and sleep. Like last time.
Who, me? I would never do that.
Overslowed the bus stop that time.
Well, lap times are good. Tires are good. Thing's got some speed.
Keep going to grab a 7th gear, and then I remind myself that it's not there.
Getting used to the 570. Also,
Yeah.
Half second out. Right on top of us. Right side. You got P2s, second back. 2 of them.
Wow, leader in GTP has a huge lead.
You liking this narrow line again?
I have to for these prototypes. Jesus, man, go!
You got a GTP, second and a half out.
I think it's.
One more.
I figured out a small thing that I'm trying to commit to memory, the muscle memory. So I usually just look for the yellow curves there, but I need to look for the brown curves and consider them part of the racing surface. I know that, but like my eyes just look for the yellow ones and aim for them. I'll point it out this next time. Wow.
What the?
I tried not to die there. I don't know what he was thinking to do.
I'm scared we're gonna get taken out again.
Inside.
He's coming back up on us, half second.
Inside.
E-car coming up on top of us. Damon almost killed us just now. He is a lap down, by the way.
Ahead, pissed off.
Left down from us.
Left side.
Wow.
Yeah, lap down from you, and he just tried that. Oh my god.
What do you want, dude?
That's that was the race leader. From laps ago, I guess. Messed up his pit stop, son. Everyone's getting all crazy now.
I can't disappear.
Not like he has much for the leaders.
Yeah. Alright, so aim for the gray, not the yellow.
Yeah, I know, right, Nelson? What the hell? What are we watching?
2400's iRacing split right now. .5 minutes left. I don't know. I kind of want to keep going for 23.5 hours. I'm just getting comfortable.
We're gonna need a lot more beer.
The boys with the endurance races must just like to yeah, me too. Yeah.
Yes, we all hate ourselves.
Yeah, why else would we do it?
Yeah, right.
To prove that we hate ourselves just slightly more than everyone else is doing it.
And that we're better at it, too.
Yeah, we're better at it. Because why else? Yeah, the idea of a 24-hour race is just absolutely ludicrous. There's no rational reason that we should be racing for that long.
Can you tell us some of the stories of 24-hour mountain bike riding?
Mountain bike riding?
Insane.
Like, you don't get off the bike?
Rolled into the minivan slash Winnebago that we had. Lays down next to me, says, "I just saw the devil." Don't go out.
Don't hit me, man.
That's how we started shows. I just said
I like that, kiddo.
Yeah, I think it was better than 12.
All day long, you're doing 45.5s.
Yeah, P2, 1 second out.
Copy.
Right side. One more. Have a behind him. Okay, we're clear. And you got GTPs 2 seconds out.
Copy. Wow, that was close. I assume I'm coming to the white here.
Leader just is behind us.
Yeah, I think the leader would have just taken the white.
Yeah, but should we have seen it?
No, not necessarily, no. I'm seeing it this time. Have to be.
Oh,
Yep, there it is.
there it is. Would have been nice if they displayed that around the track.
GTP, 1.5 seconds out. Got a GT3 1 second out.
After all that, I held off the whole GT3 field from being within 2
I know.
seconds.
Yeah.
I was just as fast as the rest of them. Would have been nice to have had a shot. Looking forward to seeing what happened.
Not. Nice laps, kiddo. Nice laps.
Thanks. It was good.
Yeah. Good endurance run.
Yeah. I could do that all day long. I mean, I'm still making fine changes. Alright, I want to stop. I really want to see what the heck happened here.
Somebody unplugged the keyboard.
Alright, let's see. Go back to
Lap 2, turn 1.
Alright, let's back this up. Did I miss my breaking point? I think I did. I got 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines. Oh yeah, I was too deep there. Yep, I missed my breaking point.
But that was the first part.
Heck, it would have been a great pass. Look at
That's
this.
the first
You
part.
could have
That's
cleared
what
2 guys, pinged off the red car.
I was trying not to hit them because I knew I had
know.
overdone it at that point. Alright, so I went over. I'll watch this from my point of view first. I'm here, right side of the road. If he literally hits me at apex. That was at apex. I'm on the curb and he hits me from the outside.
Go
If
to
it's a fender
the
in
rear
front of you.
chase. Far chase.
Oh, there it is.
Like, I mean, you obviously saw me. Like, there's no way you didn't see me. So there's no calling foul that. I mean,
I don't
dude.
get how that's all it took, though.
He
That's
used
so
you.
weird.
He used you.
And I was sideways the whole way through this, and I knew if I did anything with the wheel, it was going to be bad. I want to see this from his point of view.
I'm thinking he pooped his pants.
I mean, I don't. There's worse offenses. Like, he doesn't even know he did anything. He didn't even feel it. He
Back
probably doesn't even know what he did. I probably just
No,
disappeared
not at all.
out of his
Yep.
view.
Back up some more.
I mean, you had to have known I was there.
No, he thought you were off the grass. He thought you're gone.
If he had a single screen, he never saw me.
Yeah, single screen.
Man, there's nothing there from his point of view.
He's tight, but he has no idea you're there.
Yeah, he had no idea I was there. I don't know. Is there anything else to this? I just
Nope.
literally punted the front end of the car enough to upset it, and then I just got sent on this arc over here, and the car is sliding.
I don't understand how he just sent you like mock Jesus across the track.
Well, I mean, I had a good amount of speed.
All of a sudden, your tires just turned into like coated in a thick layer of ice.
Well, morning dew at Daytona.
No, even when you're, when you're on the actual asphalt, like the road course, like you're all of a sudden you get barely nudged, and all of a sudden the entire front end and rear end just come entirely unstuck. The TC doesn't kick on, nothing. The tires are still spinning, and you just go sliding off, and you're already in the grass.
I mean, that's a very real thing. That could happen just like that in real life. It's very possible to happen.
Not gentle of a nudge.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those netcode things.
That's frustrating.
Like, to be pushed off that hard, that's the part that the physics of contact, I think they need to fix a little bit, because usually there's just a disproportionate, like, physics response from contact. It's just, like, overdone. That's the part that I disagree with. Like, I don't know. He could have left a little bit more space. I'm not really upset at him all that much.
No,
I mean,
I'm going to go back
I
to the one screen thing. I think that was good of you to jump in his seat because, dude, you were not even there eyeball-wise. We saw him on your screen, just a quadrant ahead, just a fender ahead.
Yeah,
but
if we go from here,
no idea you were there.
What you guys are seeing, I have triple, so I can see where I am. So, all right, from this point of view right here, if we go back to him, Corey, I can see on my right screen my car right here, and I can look over and out of my peripheral know that there's a car
single screen
12 inches away, and it would have left a little bit more room. But if he didn't have triple screen setup, which I understand is not.
Here's the thing that I would like to start a discourse here. iRacing allows you to map a look right and left button.
I mean, you're
as a single screen user, I believe it is your like
responsibility.
You are responsible to go ahead and have that mapped and be like checking your left and right sides. This incident, I can understand. Even with that, he wouldn't like expect to look at that. But I would like to start that discourse of single screen users need to have that button bound and be checking on their sides.
Yeah,
because I've been taking out too many single screeners.
Nelson says the grass was wet. I'm like, yeah, you're not wrong.
No, he was leaving streaks in it pretty crazily,
Yeah.
So I was saying morning dew, but it was the opposite. It was evening dew.
All right. Well, there's not much in those results that I'm excited to look forward to. I'm sure we only got a positive safety rating hit, whoop-de-doo, and I lost 22 iRating points. I'm still above 2400, and I can't imagine I came away with any points. 55 championship points? How? That's a lot of points for doing absolutely terrible. So I ended up 11th in class.
11th, yeah.
Yeah, I ended up 11th in class. There's a lot of cars a lot of them in my class that it looks like they disconnected. A bunch of them disconnected.
I saw a couple of disconnects.
Disqualified from probably too many incident points. No, not incident points. I don't see that. I don't know why he got disqualified. But either way, but that's not fun. And because it's the end of the season, we don't have anything to look forward to for next week. But
test drive
who wants to see? May have been working on teaching someone how to drive this car this week.
Oh, nice.
Very fun. Let's drive Cadillac at Sebring. Who's interested in seeing that?
You said you're driving the Ferrari, though.
Well, the Ferrari's not on the software yet, but I have a Cadillac with a Ferrari livery on it.
I just looked up. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, Angela, I'm sitting here like you're sitting over here looking like, wait, what the hell is that? What in the hell is that?
No, it's not in the software yet. What's
that is a Cadillac 499P. So one of the challenges that's going to be really tough with the GTP cars, which is literally warranting a change to our sims and an upgrade that we're going to work on, is that there's a lot of modes and switches and things you need to adjust, more than I have buttons for on my steering wheel. So we're going to be adding a Elgato, I think the 15-button stream deck, the left side of our sim here, so I can actually manipulate all the different modes that I need to in different settings. So where there's multiple battery modes, there's multiple brake bias adjustments, there's 2 stages of traction control, there's the when and the how much. And and multiple brake bias things. So there's like a number of things that I need to adjust. I just don't have enough dials or buttons on my wheel. So that's a change that we're going to have for the next season. And for any of our members watching, yes, there's going to be more buttons in front of you to play with soon. Not many we're going to use. So let's take a peek at the setup page for the Cadillac. Who's ready for this? Just arbitrarily pick Sebring because it's a place we all know really well. I think it's going to be a good judgment. Yeah, so we have
offset. Yep.
heat springs or third springs. So you have the spring rate, the offset, and they show you deflections, I assume, here, which is kind of cool. Bar, you have different anti-roll bar sizes, as well as the blade angle, front toe, push rod length, just for the front end of the car, which is just the third spring. And then you can actually adjust the power steering, which is pretty cool. I don't know if we're going to be doing much of that. Maybe from track to track, but not mid-race, I don't believe. We don't have spring rates. We have torsion bars.
Shock deflection.
We have shock deflection. We have torsion bar turns, which is basically preload on the spring. We have torsion bar diameters, which is the bigger the diameter, the stiffer the spring. We have all of our rebound adjustment, and there's a high-speed compression damping slope adjustment. 5-way adjustable shocks. Angelo, I know you're getting all excited right now. All the same levels of adjustment in the rear of the car, in the rear end, and then as well as in the rear heave spring. So that's a lot of that. Let's go to the brakes and drive unit. So this part's really fun also. We can change our braking compound, our brake pad compound, master cylinder size. These are all things that are typical in GT3. We have a brake pressure bias number, which is 49.5 on this medium downforce setup. We have a brake bias target, which has no description. Oh, no. Offset and brake bias from base pressure bias. Positive values move bias forward 0.5% per click. Negative values move bias rearward. So how is that different from brake bias? I don't understand. That sounds like just some sort of offset number. You just offset it. And then brake bias migration. Brake bias
things on that brake bias target might be off.
Maybe it sets the 0 number, like on an adjuster, which would be a real life thing, but not something you need to count for in the sim. So brake bias migration. This one I know, Angela, and I know what we're talking about. This one's a really fun one that I'm excited to dig into. So brake bias migration is a function of pedal position. So positive values produce more forward bias migration, 1% total per click. Negative values produce rearward bias migration, 1% total per click. So that just means that in reality, so when we're looking at brake bias in a real car, that brake bias percentage of front or over rear, or basically what percentage front pressure is of the total brake pressure that's applied, that number changes throughout a braking zone from 0 bar to 5 bar to 50 bar to 100 bar to 125 bar of braking pressure. That bias percentage is not the same throughout the entire braking zone, nor is it the same on the application as on the release. That's what we call hysteresis, which means that the response is not the same in both directions. So that bias target will actually move as you press the brake pedal. So usually when we're talking about a brake bias percentage, that's at a fixed pressure. So like arbitrarily, I know on the Mercedes GT3 car, it's at 50 bar. So we look at our brake bias at when we're holding the brake pedal at 50 bar, you get a standard number. But that number moves as we press and release the brake pedal. So the bias migration is the adjustment of how much that moves on an application versus release. So that actually lets us change like what it does at low pressure differently from what it does at high pressure, which I'm excited to do. I probably want a lot of migration towards the rear, but I don't know which portion of the braking application. Brake bias migration is a function of pedal position.
I assume that the brake migration would have been, they just say pedal position. But as we know, the release is what's important because how much speed you're bleeding off and how much pressure you're bleeding off the fronts determines how much you need to get rid of the front or add rear or vice versa.
Yeah, so I think we're going to want a negative value on this because whatever the brake pressure bias is going to be at like a higher brake pressure rating, so like a deceleration zone. Whereas the migration number, which they're talking about with lighter pressure, we want that to be regressive. We want more rear bias on a release as we turn into the corner. So that, hence the standard setup, we're at -4.
Unless
So
it's a nervous
curves in really nice.
SOB, and we got to calm it down.
Yeah, I don't even know how
Yeah,
far
yeah,
the number goes. It goes to -5, and I assumed a positive.
Yeah, that's simple numbers, I guess. Right?
Yeah. So the other one that we're going to need to be able to adjust in real time is our MGUK deployment mode. So
Attack.
that's basically how much of our battery are we using. Balanced is I'm sure it can just continuously, it's just maintaining the average brake percentage or battery percentage. Build, it's actually deploying less than we're charging. Attack and qualify, I don't know. They're just
more than
are burning more, but to what rate, I don't know. Attack is probably good over 3 laps, whereas qualifying is probably single lap mode.
Yep.
So we're going to have to play with that one. I'm going to drive in just balance mode for now. And then we have the 2 stages of traction control, the when and the how much, the gain and the slip, and then throttle shape, which you can also adjust.
Shape of the curve too.
So anyway,
cool.
I'm just going to do a couple laps here and see what I can lay down here. It's going to be definitely a big adjustment from driving the GT3 car, but I'm excited to drive the prototypes. First thing out of the box, everyone says, if you've never driven a prototype before and you've only driven GT3s, what is this viewpoint that you're looking at? Because I can't see anything because of my huge ultra-wide A-pillar. Yes, blind spots are really tough in prototypes. That's just the nature of the shape of the cockpit, and everyone's got to deal with it who's driving them, so you just got to get comfortable with that. But I know the other thing, you know, it's very tough.
It probably is.
So one of the other things that I know that iRacing is adding for, I believe, for next season, is that all of these LMDH cars, they leave their pit stall when they are under purely electric power, and then as they hit the pit limiter and they get up to speed, then the rolling speed of the car fires the engine. That's so far not been the case in iRacing. But I just saw a video that I think they put on iRacing on their Instagram today or yesterday that demonstrates the rolling start. Okay, cool tires. Below in turn 7.
No, that's the real course right there.
Yeah, this is the right way to do this. 7. Immediately. Oh, and now I gotta what? Shortcutting, running the corner long. Really, iRacing? We can't figure that out. Come on. Out of the box, this thing sounds amazing. That's why I love the Cadillac.
Yeah.
Even though it's a spaceship-looking prototype, modern, ultra techy race car, it still has an American V8 behind all of it. Cross-plane V8s.
Naturally aspirated too, which is just
naturally aspirated. I believe it's based on one of the LT series of engines.
probably
And it's been deboard or sleep. Wow. Tired. Wow. All right. I have some work to do.
She's a little nervous over the bumps.
Yeah.
I think you got to clear the curbs. Good luck in turn 17.
Yeah. The other thing that's very interesting, Angelo, I don't know if I like it or dislike it, is that it shows, you notice on the steering wheel in the bottom left in that red box, it shows live, I assume, laser tire temperature, like in real time, so you can see them gain temperature through a corner.
Oh, really?
So it's on air temperature, it's surface temperature of the tire.
Oh, wow.
Which is interesting, but also like really confusing. Like, how do you? I'd much rather a rolling average number, like air temperature. So I guess the way to do that is going to have to look as we cross the start-finish line every time. Wow! Ow! Wow! I feel like I'm really
approaching a lot faster than you got grip for yet.
Yeah. So the braking points are further back than in the GT3.
That's the approach we do Mach Jesus.
Yeah. We can control roll bar. So can we adjust? Oh, we can adjust roll bars in real time also. Nelson points out. That's also cool. So just more stuff I need to map to our Stream Deck.
That was a lot of fun always having that in a cockpit.
Oh yeah.
Simple stuff, you know.
Every modern race car should have adjustable anti roll bars, at least one end.
Yep.
Old tires. Wow. It doesn't have the cornering speed that I thought it would.
Right? I haven't seen the brakes light up, you know, like really haul this thing down from nothing, you know.
Yeah, it doesn't stop as fast as the GT3 does. Wow, I can't get it to stop.
I noticed
This thing is
again.
heavy.
These kids are
I can
pushing
feel how heavy this is.
it. He's doing like 900 miles an hour through corners. Like, it won't stop.
Well, the
You know,
conventional
Greg,
braking. What's that?
you're driving just like that first time we got C-Ring, and that GT2 RS driver just bombed it at the 2%
Yeah.
turn 7 and just went right off into the runoff.
I can promise I can drive, guys,
Nice.
but I have not practiced.
Let's
I'm
do
gonna use
2
this.
I don't know,
Tiptoes,
man. You've been
tiptoes.
saying you've been fast in this car for a while now.
Yeah. As he approaches at 170, 180 miles an hour. There's some bumps for you.
Yeah.
Now, turn 1 should be fun. Not yet.
Yeah.
still.
Oh, it's got plenty of dick there. That I don't have a problem with. Again, same thing.
Yeah, just flying.
I thought I even backed it up more. That's crazy.
And the car's just fine.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I don't know what
Apparently,
it is.
GTPs are built like freaking tanks.
True endurance car. Break at the 5 mark, please.
Wow, I cannot
Oh,
believe.
yeah. We're gonna. Yeah. We'll start all over. And breathe. Brakes.
I'm gonna figure this out.
No curves. No curves. Gentle. Gentle. Let it go.
Just trying to figure out the response to everything. It's just so different in every way.
Oh yeah. Loving it.
I mean, we know that, but naturally it does not have anti-lock brakes like I used to with the GT3. I would need to be really precise with my braking inputs.
And we need to stop at turn 2. Imagine this one at night.
I'll do that.
Would you do 24 hours of it?
At Sebring, no, no thank you.
No. 12's enough.
Well,
So you
well,
don't
well,
need
no.
yourself that much.
Well, Sebring is a different type of hating yourself.
Is there a party on the infield?
Yeah, sofas are on fire.
Hot tubs in the pickup truck.
All right,
Doesn't have the level of G that you think it does, huh?
not quite. Not that we can.
Remember, it's velocity squared.
Yeah.
I mean, you're 120 miles an hour approach there, down to 80.
The wheel is lighter. It doesn't. I feel like it doesn't communicate as much through the wheel.
Yeah.
I gotta maybe retune my wheel settings a little bit. Definitely requires trail braking.
Yep. So that.
No.
Oh.
Yep.
Let's just park it slow.
Now I'm figuring it out. A lot of shifting really fast.
It can only do 60 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Here.
I don't even know what lap time is. 1:45. That's fast. Nelson said, I love how I have that wheel. I said, you have this exact wheel? That's cool.
Who?
Nelson said that.
Oh, nice.
This lap.
All right.
Whoa.
63 miles an hour that time, not 73.
I'm gonna hang for it. It's just a realignment of your neurons.
That's something that AI can't do right away. Reconnect
the braking discipline is totally different, which is why I screwed up at the beginning.
By the way,
maximize your braking.
Too.
Yeah. You have to maximize your peak pressure and then have a nice continuous release off.
Oh yeah.
I haven't locked it once yet.
Except for the first 2 times out, where it's just like.
Well, because I did too little too early and then had to go over and compensate.
Box this lap.
Copy. There we go. That's a good run. All right. Well, that was fun. A little bit of a somewhat of a preview because it's not really going to be the Ferrari next season, but it's a little bit of a preview of what we're driving. I haven't looked up what the schedule is. I don't think we were looking for it earlier. I couldn't find it. I don't know if they have announced what the schedule is going to be for IMSA for next season, but it's going to be fun. So, thanks for joining us all season long. Love the continued support from everyone. We're growing. We're small, but we're growing little by little. We have some produced content that we're working on. That we're going to be releasing with you guys soon. We've got a Sizzler. There's a lot of fun stuff. We're small, but we're working really hard to expand what we're doing here on YouTube, as well as what we're doing here in Southwest or Southeast Florida, excuse me. So, yeah, thanks for joining us tonight, guys. Thanks, Garrett, for all the spotting and crew chiefing. I know we're kind of out of it early on, but thanks for the help. No faults of yours at all. Angelo, thank you, sir. Thanks for the words of wisdom and helping us work through some things so we can apply it towards the iRacing Daytona 24. And then partner in crime over there, thank you for everything that you're doing, pulling away on screen moderation. So thanks, guys. As always, we want to thank all of our partners involved in everything they do to support here. I'm not just paid to say nice things about them. We're not just paid to say nice things about them, but we really have a great relationship with all of them and really fully believe in anything they do, and we want to help see them succeed. So if you can, is there anything they can do to help you, you should really check them out at some point. So Rocky's Ultimate Garage, I'll start off with him. Doing the best wheels, tints, wraps, PPF detailing, and car sales. anywhere in Southeast Florida. So if you've got a sports car, supercar, SUV, anything you really like, you really care about it, you want to do some upgrades to it, you got to take it over to Rockies. So make sure to hit them up on their website, or if you have any questions about any of our partners, make sure to shoot us a message at info@thechicane.club. VBox Motorsport. I say it every week. I love using their blue OLED lap timer on the sim here. Allows us to capture our center screen video along with all of our driver telemetry so that we can do all of our reviews afterwards. We don't do any of it on our live streams yet, but we will probably do some of our pre-produced stuff where we can actually go through. We'll do a full debrief of my lap versus another lap or another driver or something like that to show you how capable that is. But VBox doing the best stuff in the biz for real racing, doing the best camera and data systems along with their SimPack stuff for use in the sim worlds. Decipher Technologies. Don't have it on this Cadillac yet. We'll work on getting it done for the Ferrari. But Decipher Technologies do the best cybersecurity and IT support here in South Florida as well as in Colorado. So if you have a boutique business, luxury home, anything in between, you need a really specialized cybersecurity and IT solution, they will get you hooked up. They've done a lot of cool stuff to support what we do in here. We have a very unique use case for all of our networking needs. So make sure to reach out to them if they can do anything for you. Love Sawbelt stuff. I'm covered in it every single week. I'm sitting in their GT Pad seat. I've got their 2-inch harnesses on. I've got the TG10 point. These are the TG10 gloves. I've got the TB 10.1 shoes you can see on the pedal cam down there. I love all their gear. It's really, Sawbelt's one of the best known names in the industry, the safest. They have more safety equipment that they check anything on than any other company. You see them in Formula One drivers, so they're really the best at what they do. So if you're in a real car, you need gear, you got to check out what Sawbelt does. If you're not in a real car, you don't need FIA-approved gloves to drive in your simulator unless you're overkill like we are. I like doing it because, we get to drive in real cars every so often, and I like training and getting comfortable with it so that when I do get into a real car, putting gloves on like this is not a foreign thing for me. So like using it. Southway Capital, there are business partners in all of this, helping you make all the business development with everything make everything happen on the business side. We've got some cool plans coming that we're going to unveil in the new year about what all we keep talking about here about what we have going on in the future. So it's going to be fun. Jason Dukes, Captain's Chair Coaching, give me the best business, professional, and life coaching support around. Just keep me pointing in the right direction. I think we have some stuff to debrief on lately, but it's been good. Alze Suspension, last but not least, Angelo, thank you for everything that you do in supporting our live stream, as well as doing the best race car and sports car shock damper rebuilding in the biz. I know when I was up at Jim's shop last week, talking to a sports car.
That's right. You went home
last week. Yeah, and what was that? I think he said it was a 250 Ferrari or a 365. Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but I know it's a 250, 1965 or something like that. And you have the shocks in right now. Is that what you guys are talking about?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
so
sir. Old clapped out conies. We're trying to bring them back to life.
Clapped out and a multi-million-dollar Ferrari in the same sentence. But that's how it works.
We treat them all the same. Doesn't matter to me.
Yeah. But thanks for joining us, guys. We'll be back. We will not be around. We will not be on live stream next Wednesday night. It's 14th week in iRacing. We do not have an official race to run, but we will be back the week before Christmas in the Ferrari 499P, giving it its debut race. I do not even know what track it is yet, but I'm looking forward to it. And then, of course, we'll be closed through the holidays, and then we'll be back open, I believe, the first week of January, depending on where the dates fall with all that. But we'll announce everything ahead of time. So thanks for joining us. Thanks, Greg.
Appreciate everything.
So thank you, guys. We'll see everyone in 2 weeks. See you soon.